All right, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna do a tier list for what support is the easiest to pick and get value, and what support is difficult. We just did this with tanks. It was pretty fun. So let's get started. Adam is probably over here for sure. Difficult to get value, requires a lot of aim, requires your team to take less damage because you're going to get less healing, requires you to hit headshots to get more. Yeah. Cloak and Dagger. This one's very easy. This one's easy. So easy to get value. Like, you're just spamming healing. You don't have to aim at all. The only thing that you really need to do is just like time your abilities correctly. Like, we've done so many VOD reviews where cloaks just like throw their window out and throw their bubble out when their team's like full health. As long as you avoid doing that, wait until your team's actually damaged with this character, then you'll get so much value. You ult at the right time. Like, you need to have 0 hours on cloak in order to get good value. Gambit, I put Gambit at not novice friendly, especially after all the nerfs. What's up, Gitband? The nerfs to Gambit have really worked. Before, you could just pick Gambit, ult your team in, and like be fine. Now it's like, okay, you really have to know when I need to use an anti, when I need to use a bridge boost, when I can use a cleanse, what am I holding my cleanse for? I need to manage my cards. One card is an 8-second cooldown. So using a bridge boost at the wrong time, that's a 16-second cooldown. Has a difficult neutral, has ability to deny and neutralize a lot of things. Yeah, you do have to do damage as well. Yeah. So I'd put here. Invis? Invis is somewhere in between here. Probably here, if I had to guess. The only thing that's like kind of moving me down a bit is your positioning is a little bit different as Sue, and you have more of an opportunity to use your what's the word? Oh Lord. You have more an opportunity to get value, not just directly healing. So, very good. Yeah. A little bit harder. You also have to know, you have to get a lot of value out of the cleave. So if you don't know, whenever Invis uses a primary fire, she throws the orb out. It goes either to a wall or all the way to the end or the floor, whatever it hits, and then it comes all the way back. And all the way through, anything that it passes through, if it's a friendly, it heals all the friendlies. If it's an enemy, it damages all the enemy, and then it comes all the way back. And it does damage and healing on the way out and in. So good invises, they'll line everybody up. So if you're not lining people up, you're going to get a lot less healing. Jeff is situational as well. Still easy value. Like with Invis, the exact same thing that I was just talking about, where you line everybody up, right? You start spraying and it just sprays everybody. You could stand at the back there. But yeah, you have a difficult ultimate. So I'd probably move that a little bit. So the ultimate, you can actively screw over your team. You can, ruin your team's ults. You can have a bad trade. Yeah, just like Trey was saying, that's true. But at the same time, he's like pretty easy to control. He's hard to kill. He's kind of hard to dive as long as they know a little bit of movement and they use their bubbles well. He has a lot of CC, so he can pop divers back. The little spitballs, right? So not bad. Loki. I would put Loki down here. Well, Loki might be. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm in between these two. He has a lot of cooldowns. He has a lot of like difficult nuance and things like that. But he outputs like a ton. He was the hardest base game support. I mean, besides Adam. Jeff versus the dive is dependent on what combo is being used / diver. That's true. Yeah. I think And then like his ult is pretty easy value because it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to copy cloak and then we get 2 cloak ults. Yeah. So I'll put Loki here. Loki's difficult. There's the skill ceiling with that character is insane. The skill floor, you can get a lot of value because like I'm getting Dove, I can teleport, I can throw out my runes, I can go invisible, I can do a lot of things. But it's very in between here. I'll put him here for now. Luna. Luna's pretty easy value. Probably the easiest value in the game. You can literally just throw a snowflake on somebody. They'll be fine. You can aim down main. You can snowball somebody who's coming close. You have good movement abilities. Your ult's still insanely good. Super easy value for Luna. Mantis? Mantis is definitely down here. Being able to manage your leafs and actively use that. Actively use your damage boost. That's really difficult. Like actually getting value out of the damage boost. Because if you're just using all your leaves to heal, you might as well pick another character. So you have to know how to use them. You know how to like, you know, what person on your team can make good advantage of being damage boosted and win. And like laying that up on top of hitting people with a projectile headshots in order to get more leaves, to get things going, damage boost yourself. The ult is really nice, which helps. So Luna needs people to aim harder. I don't think so. I think Luna being hit scan actually helps. Plus her projectile size is massive. Dude, Luna's projectile size is kind of disgustingly big. Mantis is weird. It's slow. It's awkward. It hits like a truck if you could do it well. But yeah, Mantis is a difficult character. Rocket, holy shit. Holy shit. Honestly, like, if Rocket had just the res beacon, this would still be in the same exact spot. Because the res beacon just covers for a mistake on your team so well. Like, holy shit. There's been so many times where, like, you watch your team just do something stupid. They die, and then now you guys are fighting a 5v6. That happens in the ranked ladder constantly. And so the fact that Rocket can completely remove one idiot from your game for a fight is just so amazing. You just, like, pop right back up, and then you'll be fine. And then not even to mention, like, his movement's super easy. He's hard to hit. You can literally hold right click and turn your brain off and heal an entire team. Like, oh man. Gotta be the easiest in the game to get value. Ultron. Ultron is another, I would put, not novice friendly. Maybe even here. But I don't think quite on that level. I think he can live forever. I think the 2 drones really helps. I think timing your right clicks can really help. I think the giant ult buff is also really helping. But he's not even. He's still difficult purely because your team needs to not be stupid, right? If you're playing with an Ultron on your team, you know you need to take less damage because he doesn't have the burst healing outside of his ult. White Fox. White Fox, this is going to be interesting. Not novice friendly. I see a ton of people thinking White Fox is like an easy pick, is like similar to Cloak. They're not. This is very different. In low ranks, the bottom part of this list should not be played in 2 heal comps. Kind of, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. With the exception of Loki. And maybe Gambit. But yeah, White Fox, dude, the White Fox, the primary fire, if you are not good with it, which is, I think, smaller than the Luna projectile, If you are not hitting that, you're losing out on 58%. I throw this stat out a lot because it's actually mind-blowing. If you miss your first shot on White Fox, if you're hitting people's feet, if you're bouncing off the floor and then hitting them, you miss out on 58% of your healing. You miss out on more than half of your healing output. It's actually insane. Knowing how to use her melee form, when to use it to like turn fights as a little mini ult and not just like waste it, also very difficult. Knowing how to use the teleport but not teleport directly into getting yourself killed or directly off the map, which happens constantly, also difficult. The ult, not an easy ult to use. If you're ult tracking well, like, you have to know the things that you need to avoid. Has their Emma ulted recently? Is there somebody who can pick me up? Is there Spider-Man just going to drop me off the map, right? Like, White Fox is a difficult character to get value on. You need to be getting picks or get more value in literally any other support. In the same way Sue blends support and tank comp types, White Fox blends support and duelist ideas. Yeah, for sure. Characters are not novice friendly. Not as difficult as like Mantis or Adam, for sure, but up there. And then last, Deadpool. I'd put Deadpool here. Heal pool is fine. You can kind of just mess around. If your team is brawling, whip out the swords, brawl with them. If they're poking, pull out the guns and heal your team. Like, really straightforward. Nothing crazy. I think he's harder personally. Really? Would you put him in even? Deadpool, I haven't put too much thought into it. For heal pool. The others I'm fairly confident in. But Loki and heal pool, I would move around. I'd move both Luna and heal pool up a tier. You'd put Luna above everybody? Really? The only issue with him is that people just put on AoE heal in the DPS. Oh, down? Oh, you move Luna down to here? I mean, there's an argument for that. Definitely not behind Invis. So, like, the Snowflake, you can get so much value, though. You just turn your brain off, put Snowflake on somebody. You can just freeze people who show up. The ult's super easy. But it's not really on the same level as Cloak. It's fair. So aim dependent. Yeah. All is useless if you can't land it. Okay. Okay, you guys convinced me. Luna goes down. Luna goes down. Heal pool goes down. You're right. You're right. You're right. They're not on the same brain dead path. Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. For sure. Everything else seems solid though, right? What about in between the ranks? I'd put White Fox as easier to get value than Ultron. Not as easy as Gambit or Loki though. And then Adam being the hardest, Mantis being there, that's I'm fine with. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think that's solid. The clap is just misused so often. Clap is really misused. That's true. But it does so much that it ends up not really mattering until like a little bit higher up. Is it controversial to say I think White Fox is even? I would say so. I think White Fox is actually really hard to get value out of. It's like she's so misunderstood. Nobody knows. Like just from the aim alone, let alone like the melee form and the way you use her ult is completely different, and like being aggressive and getting kills but not screwing over your team and all that stuff is like brutal. Even if you get value, my argument is that you're going to get the same value or even more value with other supports for less brain power. Brain power? Right, yeah. I just treat White Fox melee as Emma melee sometimes. Yeah, the way Churro puts it is really, really good. If you get value, the argument is that you're going to get the same or more value with other supports for less brain power. Yeah, yeah. In order to get the same amount of healing output and fight turning potential as White Phlox, a rocket needs to hold right click and throw his beacon at the beginning of the fight. And sometimes that's even more, right? Like if somebody on your team dies as a White Fox main, you're like, okay, I have to either ult, I have to go in melee form, I have to go get a kill and like even the playing field. Versus Rocket, who pressed E 20 minutes ago around the corner and now they're back and it's fine. I think Adam is misunderstood. He's very punishing compared to most supports, but you can't really get creative with this kit. I would say not a very high skill ceiling. Maybe. I mean, we haven't really talked too much about skill ceiling yet. This is basically just skill floors. Definitely true. All right. If there's no more arguments, I think this is a good solid tier list. So here it is. Final tier list. How easy is the skill floor for these characters? How easy is it to do? So there we go.